mörka ljus stiga med tända ljus. Sankta Lucia, Sankta Lucia. So it is the 13th of December. I was about to say June. It definitely isn't June, but it is Jul, Christmas. So let's check our advent calendars. So the 13th of December is Lucia. I don't know where you're from, if your country celebrates it, but in Sweden we do. So Lucia is a holiday. What are we celebrating? It's the Saint Lucia, which was an Italian saint, I believe. Wait, I did not prepare enough for this. Let's check this a bit. Editing this, I'm realizing that Watch My Read from Wikipedia isn't the most fun segment, so I'm just gonna do a very short, brief summary of what I'm saying here. So basically, Saint Lucy's Day, which is called in English, not Lucia as we say in Swedish. It's also called the Feast of Saint Lucia. It's a Christian holiday. The holiday is celebrated in the Nordic countries, so Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and some parts of Finland, and also in Italy. There's some differentiations on why we celebrate it. We also have some Swedish folklore behind it. For example, in Sweden, you believe that animals could talk during the night in between the 13th and 14th, and some spooky stuff could happen, so we were kind of suspicious about the whole thing. But then there's also the Christian aspects. Nowadays there's not a lot of religious background, it's more a folk tradition, if you will. So how we actually celebrate is most school kids, ranging from like toddlers to up into high school, would have some kind of St. Lucy procession where the women will be dressed in white gowns, the men too, and one girl is chosen to be St. Lucy, and she will carry candles in her hair and have a red satin band around her waist. Then the rest of the women will be her maids, and they will have like silver glitter in their hair and around their waist and be carrying a candle. Some of the men will be dressed as Saint Stephen, and they will be wearing pointy hats with stars and like a wand with a star traditionally. But there will also nowadays there'll be like gingerbread men and little Santa Clauses and other stuff too. But yeah, it's usually a sort of choir where they will sing some traditional songs. It all sounds very, very cultish, but I promise you it's not, and it's really, really beautiful. So I'm going to link in the description some video clips if you want to know more, because it's actually pretty cool. And every year they also have like a grown-up version where you can like vote to who gets picked to be the lead Lucia. It's a whole thing. But yeah, it's a fun thing. You know, us Swedes, we like our fika. and it will usually be glögg, clementines, or cuties. Let's not talk about Love is Blind, let's not talk about Love is Blind, let's not talk about Love is Blind. Gingerbread, and then what is called lussekatt. Translated, Lusse is like a nickname for Lucia. Cat means cat. Not sure why it's called that, but they look like small S's, like this. And it's a saffron bun with raisins on it. You can also get them without saffron, you can get them without raisins, but the classic is saffron with raisins. This is such a long story to where we're gonna end up. Of course, since it's Lucia, I kind of wanted to make the traditional saffron buns, but I was like, hey, let's not be so predictable. We're gonna make another kind. So we're making another type that's also commonly available during the Christmas month, and it kind of reminds me of the traditional Swedish cinnamon bun, but instead it's the dough for a lussekatt, and instead of the cinnamon butter you use like almond paste in it. So yeah, let's get going. this, I feel like this went better in theory than in practice. It was a bit messy. And they turned out fine. I'm not really happy with the size. They were a bit monstrous. But that was more my like rolling and folding technique. I need to practice on that because I hadn't done that in a while. But yeah, they're tasty and that's the most important stuff. So what did we learn today, kids? We learned about Lucia. Good for you. So yeah, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Bye.